everyone, I'm Vanessa from the Bolinas Library, and today I'm going to read a couple stories and sing a couple songs and do some activities with you. And we're going to start off by reading a story about being scared. How are you feeling today? I hope you're not scared today. Well, if you are, that's okay too, because today's books are all going to be about fear and being scared and a little spooked. Okay, you ready? Our first book we are going to read today is called The Scaredy Cats by Barbara Bottner, pictures by Victoria Chess, with permission from Simon and Schuster, books for young readers. Mr. and Mrs. Scaredy Cat woke up shivering. Ooh. Oh no, what's wrong? It's so cold, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat, but I am scared of closing the window. It may fall on my fingers and they will turn blue. Oh, I see what you mean. You have to be careful, said Mr. Scaredy Cat. All kinds of things could happen. So Mr. and Mrs. Scaredy Cat shivered all morning long. Oh my. Let us wake up baby Scaredy Cat, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. You wake her, said Mr. Scaredy Cat. If I wake her, she may be too surprised. I am scared she will jump out of bed and knock me over. I see what you mean, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. So they let baby Scaredy Cat sleep, and they were scared and cold. The sun came up and shone right into baby Scaredy Cat's eyes, and she woke up. Let me find my new dress, she said. It's so pretty and clean. But if you wear it, said Miss Scaredy Cat, it might get a stain, and that stain might not come out. So baby Scaredy Cat stayed in her pajamas, and the Scaredy Cats went into the kitchen for breakfast. I would like some eggs, said Mr. Scaredy Cat. But when I cook the eggs, the pan gets so hot. Too hot, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. I'm scared I will burn myself. I understand, said Mr. Scaredy Cat. You have to be careful. All kinds of things could happen. Perhaps we should go into town for breakfast, said baby Scaredy Cat. Oh, that would be lovely, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. But then we have to go inside the car, and the car goes so fast, and when it goes very fast, I am scared, so I don't think that it is such a good idea. So the Scaredy Cats were scared and cold and hungry. I know, said baby Scaredy Cat, we could play. You could bounce me into the air and catch me on my way down. Oh, baby Scaredy Cat, said Mr. Scaredy Cat, what if I throw you so high that I cannot catch you? I would worry and worry. So the Scaredy Cats sat around without anything to do. Now they were very scared and cold and hungry and bored. Oh my, what are they going to do? There was a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Who is it? Asked the Scaredy Cats. It's the postman, said the voice. What do you want? Said Mr. Scaredy Cat. I have a package for the Scaredy Cats. Oh, this is so exciting, said baby Scaredy Cat. Maybe it's a dress, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. Or candied apples, said Mr. Scaredy Cat. Or toys, said the baby. Well, please sign here, said the postman. But what if the package is packed with foam and it flies all over the living room, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. Then I will be mad. Or what if the package has shoes instead of candied apples? Then I will be mad, said Mr. Scaredy Cat. And what if the package is full of toys that are broken, said Mr. and Mrs. Scaredy Cat to baby Scaredy Cat. Then you will be mad too. Mr. and Mrs. Scaredy Cat told the postman to keep his package. Oh my, what are they going to do? So now the Scaredy Cats were cold and hungry and scared and bored and mad. Mr. Scaredy Cat opened a book. Will you please read to us? Asked baby Scaredy Cat. But what if I do not like this story, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. Or what if it goes on too long? What if I get too tired to keep going, said Mr. Scaredy Cat. Better not begin. I understand, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. You have to be careful. All kinds of things can happen. So now the Scaredy Cats were scared and cold and hungry and bored and mad and disappointed. The telephone rang. Ring, 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 ring. Who could it be, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. Could it be Grandpa, said Baby Scaredy Cat. Or Grandma? It could be. But what if it is not? What if it is the landlord and he wants the rent? He will yell at us, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. So they did not pick up the phone. So now the Scaredy Cats were scared and cold and hungry and bored and mad and disappointed and worried. Since there was nothing to do, the Scaredy Cats sat together doing nothing until the sun began to go down. I love sunsets, said Baby Scaredy Cat. Let's all go outside and watch. But what if the sun is too bright, said Mr. Scaredy Cat, and it hurts my eyes? And what if it takes too long and I fall asleep, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. So now the Scaredy Cats were scared and cold and hungry and bored and mad and disappointed and worried and left out. It's bedtime, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. Time to say good night. It may be bedtime, said Mr. Scaredy Cat, but what if I can't fall asleep? Or what if I have a bad dream? What if I stay up and worry, said Baby Scaredy Cat. I will worry that tomorrow we'll be scared and cold and hungry and bored and mad and disappointed and worried and left out and tired just like today. Oh no, what can we do? Asked Mrs. Scaredy Cat and Mr. Scaredy Cat. Mama, Papa, said Baby Scaredy Cat, I know we have to be careful, but if all kinds of things can happen, can good things happen too? Well, said Mr. Scaredy Cat. Well, said Mrs. Scaredy Cat. Well, said Baby Scaredy Cat. Well, maybe. Then tomorrow we could get the package from the postman, and I will untie the ribbons, said Baby Scaredy Cat. Well, if you untie the ribbons, perhaps I could open it, said Mr. Scaredy Cat. Well, if you open it up, I suppose I could see what's inside. Oh, Baby Scaredy Cat, what a clever baby you are. And without thinking, Mama Scaredy Cat yawned. And a yawn is a hard thing to resist. That made me yawn. Did it make you yawn? So the Scaredy Cats fell asleep, and one by one, each dreamed of being brave tomorrow. We all have fears, all of us, and that's okay. And sometimes we have so many fears, and they feel like they're all happening at once. We don't know what to do with them. What would we do? It feels like we want to just put our covers over our heads and hide in our bed and never come out. But then that wouldn't be very fun, would it? Maybe for a little bit, but after a while we might get a little bored. Sometimes when we put one foot in front of the other, it isn't about getting rid of our fears. Sometimes we hold our fears with us, but we still move forward. So with this next song that you can sing with me, it's called I Am Brave. And sometimes it helps having a friend to be there with you so you can face your fears together. So let's sing this song together. I am brave. I am brave, I am ready, here I am. I am steady, I breathe in, I breathe out from deep in my belly. In some ways I'm like you, in other ways I'm not. Let's move forward together for our next adventure. Ready, one more time. I am brave, I am steady, here I am. I am ready, I breathe in, I breathe out from deep in my belly. In some ways I'm like you, in other ways I'm not. Let's move forward together for our next adventure. In this next book, we're going to read about the dark. We're going to face some more fears. The Dark by Lemony Snicket, illustrated by John Klassen. And this is with permission from Little Brown and Company. Laszlo was afraid of the dark. The Dark lived in the same house as Laszlo, a big place with a creaky roof, smooth, cold windows, and several sets of stairs. Do you live in a house with several sets of stairs? I don't. Some people do. Sometimes the Dark hid in the closet. Sometimes it sat behind the shower curtain. But mostly it spent its time in the basement. All day long, the Dark would wait in a distant corner, far from the squeaks and rattles of the washing machine, pressed up against some old damp boxes and a chest of drawers nobody ever opened. At night, of course, the Dark went out and spread itself against the windows and doors of Laszlo's house. But in the morning, the Dark would be back in the basement where it belonged. Laszlo would peek at the Dark every morning. "Hi," he would say. "Hi, Dark." Laszlo thought that if he visited the Dark in the Dark's room, maybe the Dark wouldn't come visit him in his room. But one night, it did. "Laszlo," the Dark said, in the dark. The voice of the Dark was as creaky as the roof of the house and as smooth and cold as the windows, and even though the Dark was right next to Laszlo, the voice seemed very far away. "What do you want?" asked Laszlo. "I want to show you something," said the Dark. "In here?" "No," said the Dark. "In here?" "No, no," said the Dark. "Downstairs." "Downstairs?" "Yes," said the Dark. In Laszlo's living room was the biggest window in the house. Laszlo looked out at all the dark outside. Above him the roof creaked, and he closed his eyes. Now the Dark was all Laszlo could see. "No, no," said the Dark. Not there. "Down here." "In the basement?" asked Laszlo. "Yes," said the Dark. Laszlo had never dared come to the Dark's room at night. "Come closer," said the Dark. Laszlo came closer, even closer, said the Dark. "Now, you might be afraid of the Dark, but the Dark is not afraid of you. That's why the Dark is always close by. The Dark peeks around the corner and waits behind the door, and you can see the Dark up in the sky almost every night, gazing down at you as you gaze up at the stars. Without a creaky roof, the rain would fall on your bed, and without a smooth, cold window, you could never see outside, and without a set of stairs, you could never go in the basement, where the Dark spends its time. Without a closet, you would have nowhere to put your shoes, and without a shower curtain, you would splash water all over the bathroom, and without the Dark, everything would be light, and you would never know if you needed a light bulb." "Bottom drawer," said the Dark. "What?" "Bottom drawer," said the Dark. "Open the bottom drawer." "What is it?" "Thank you," said Laszlo. "You're welcome," said the Dark. "It's a light bulb." By the time Laszlo got back into bed, the Dark was no longer in his room, except when he closed his eyes to go to sleep. The next morning, Laszlo visited the Dark in the basement. "Hi," he said. "Hi, Dark." The Dark didn't answer, but the bottom drawer was still open, so it looked like something in the corner was smiling. The Dark kept on living with Laszlo, but it never bothered him again. The end. Was that book scary? Are you afraid of the Dark? In this book, Laszlo, he faced his fear of the Dark. He said hello to it, and the Dark actually helped him out. The Dark helped him find the light. Next, we're going to sing a song called Feelings. Are you ready to sing with me? I have feelings, so do you. Let's all sing about a few. We get happy, we get sad, we get scared, and we get mad. I am proud of being me, that's a feeling too, you see. I have feelings, so do you. We just sang about a few. Do you want to sing it one more time with me? You ready? Okay. I have feelings, so do you. Let's all sing about a few. We get happy, we get sad, we get scared, and we get mad. I am proud of being me. That's a feeling too, you see. We have feelings, so do you. We just sang about a few. For our next book, we're going to read Me and My Fear by Francesca Sanna, with permission from Flying Eye Books. We're going to see what fear looks like in this story. I have always had a secret, a tiny friend called Fear. Is that Fear? Fear has always looked after me and kept me safe. Together we have explored new things and stuck by each other. But since we came to this new country, Fear isn't so little anymore. She keeps growing and growing. Uh-oh. I always want to go outside and discover my new neighborhood, but Fear won't move. And when I have to go to school, Fear doesn't want me to go. Fear hates my new school. When the teacher says my name wrong, she grows angry, even though I know it was just an accident. At break time, Fear keeps me all to herself. I don't understand anyone, and they don't understand me. When school is over, Fear can't wait to go home. And at dinner, Fear eats all of the food she can. At night, in my new room, Fear dreams so loudly that I can't sleep. I feel more and more lonely every day. Fear says it's because no one likes me. Well, I don't like it here. But what's this? A boy in my class wants to show me something? Soon we begin to draw and paint together. At break time, I want to go outside and play with the boy. As we run through the playground, suddenly a dog barks at us through the fence. Ah! The boy screams and hides quickly behind something strange and small. Who's that? Is that the boy's fear? He has a secret fear like me. I thought I was the only one to have one. Fear is getting smaller each day, and school is not so difficult anymore. It's still not easy to understand everything, but I've started to notice that everyone else has a fear too. And sometimes we all play together. Do you see everyone in their fears? The end. What do your fears look like? What are you afraid of? Can you think of one? Or many? Can you think of 100? I have a lot of fears that I'm still trying to figure out. In our next activity, we're going to do a drawing game. We're going to draw what our fear looks like. You're going to write down with the help of an adult, or you can draw with the help of an adult. What does your fear look like? If it were a shape, or if it were a color, or a pattern, or a squiggle, what would it look like? I drew mine. Kind of looks like a wave, an ocean wave, because sometimes I'm a little afraid of the water because I never learned how to swim, which is an important skill to know. And I am still learning how to swim, so sometimes I'm afraid of water. So here's me and my fear, my water. And then I decided to see what does it look like if my fear or worry look like some kind of monster. And here's my water monster. And here's me, because you know what? Actually, water is a very important part of life. I'm made of water, and you are too. And water is all around us, and we need water. So it's something that I also love. But anyway, this is my funny monster, and sometimes he's just a little one, and sometimes he's so big, he takes up so much space in the room, and I have to say, will you excuse me? I'm trying to move around in here and do things, and you're taking up a lot of space. Do you have a fear monster like that sometimes that's in your room that takes up lots of space? What does yours look like? And for our last book, we are going to read a book about monsters. What if you had a pet monster? What if your fear was a monster? Or maybe it's not even a fear at all. Maybe you love monsters, like in this book called I Want a Monster by Elise Gravel, with permission from Harper Collins. All my friends have pet monsters. This is me, Winnie. Louise has an og. Simon has a gopter. Alice has a blocktopus. And I want one too. It's not fair. I tell Papa I want a monster. Please, please, pretty please. A monster? We don't have room for a monster. Who's going to take care of him? I will. Who's going to walk and feed him? I will. And who will pick up the monster poop? I will. I will. Look, Papa, I know everything about monsters. I did my research. I'm a monster expert. And look at here, she's reading a book called Raising Your Pet Monster. Oh, this little monster has diapers. Papa takes me to the monsterarium. I could spend my whole life in there. They have so many awesome things. Monster eggs, monster food, and best of all, baby monsters. They have hundreds of species. Long-footed plurps, cute but incredibly smelly. Pooples, cuddly and slimy, eats flies. Gurks, mini gogs, very curious and clever, might read your diary, and tiny but very messy. Moogs, froops, mustachioed zoops, giant foffles. They're so cute. I want to adopt them all. Papa has a crush on this little guy. Isn't he absolutely adorable? He's a baby oogly wump. Arf! According to my book, oogly wumps are cuddly with red hair, and they smell a bit like pirate feet. We'll name him Gus, says Papa. Yay! Whoa, baby monsters are something else, let me tell you. Uh-oh. No, Gus, the toilet is not a swimming pool. Oops. No, Gus, please don't do that in Papa's shoes. Uh-oh. No, Gus, you're not supposed to eat Papa's cell phone. Uh-oh, flub. Oops. No. Don't put peanut butter on your head. Also, they seem to never sleep, ever. Arf, arf. Boing. Oh, no. It's a good thing they're so cute. Right? Arf, 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 arf. Oh gosh, I'm glad I have my book. It tells me everything I have to do to train and raise Gus. Here's what I learned. Number 1, monsters need a lot of cuddles and hugs and kisses. That's important. Number 2, otherwise they might do silly stuff to get your attention. Potato, 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 potato. Stop it, Gus. Number 3, monsters eat a lot. They eat yucky stuff. Ketchup, potato juice, dirty socks, bugs. Whoa. Number 4, they also need a bit of discipline. That's the part I'm not so good at. Time out, buddy. Monsters grow so fast. Look at how big and healthy Gus is now. I can't believe he was just a tiny baby just 3 weeks ago. He doesn't do too many silly things anymore. Ploing. Hey, was that my ukulele? Oopsie. He might still make little mistakes from time to time. That's normal. Yum. No, Gus. No, don't eat her bicycle. But look, I trained him to do tricks. Gus can braid my hair, play the trumpet, do the dishes. Clink. Oh, no. What a big, handsome, well-behaved monster. Yes, you are. Maybe a bit too quiet even. I'm not sure that's normal. What's wrong, Gus? Are you sad? Gus, what's the matter? Get up, let's play. Uh-oh, what's happening to Gus? He's reading The Art of French Cuisine. It's upside down now. I don't like this one bit. He must be sick or something. What do they say about this in the book? Your monster is using bad words? No, not that. Your monster keeps picking his nose? No, not that. Here it is. Your monster is too calm and even a little bit boring. I found it. What does it say? Papa, we need to talk. Gus doesn't seem happy, and I think I know why. I think he's lonely. I think we need to give him a new baby monster. Uh-oh. Would you like to adopt a monster? Let's see. Step 1, draw your monster. If you have a piece of paper, you can grab a pen and a paper and you can make your own monster too. And you can also name your monster, and you can think of the silliest name that you can find, that you can think of. Number 3, describe your monster. Will he be funny, cuddly, naughty, smelly, slimy, sticky, quiet, or noisy? And then step 4, feed your monster. What's your monster's favorite food? Garbage, donuts, peanuts, pennies, toilet paper? Number 5, train your monster. What kind of tricks are you going to teach your monster? Sport tricks, math tricks, magic tricks? What do you think? What kind of monster are you going to create for a pet? Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed reading some of these books with me about being scared and what we're going to do when we're so scared. And I hope you enjoyed singing some songs and some activities you can share with your family. And until next time, we'll see you later, and please feel free to check these books out from the library. All right, until next time.